Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunless C. We're still at Hideaway, where we were able to complete a surprising number of tasks. We also potentially have something else left to do here. Oh, okay, so we need 7 units of extra fuel, which is unfortunately not something we have a surplus of right now. In fact, we are completely out of food thanks to things that happened here. Not all of which entirely useful or necessary, but okay. I think we should be fine. Fuel is still okay, but definitely something to keep an eye on. And yeah, basically from here, well, we're done here for the time being. And was this thing here before? Don't remember that being there, but it might have been. Anyway, let's just go up to the surface. We wanna. Why are we? That makes no sense. Why did we start drifting against the stream there, against the current? For a second. Right, Estival is literally right there. That's even closer than I seem to remember it. So yeah, absolutely no problem. I thought it was further away. I thought the actual port was like more down here. Even that would have been super fine. In fact, we're doing so fine that I feel like I can do this. Make a beeline. Yeah, to discover just a bit more of the map. Honestly, that didn't really do much, but I did it anyway. Actually, that was kind of stupid because, yeah, I want to go up and around anyway. Oh well. Yeah, but we're absolutely fine. Of course, all of this is very much banking on that, on the expectation that I'll be able to grab those extra 10 free-ish units of supplies. But we're about to find out if that's the case. Anyway, we did not starve on the way here. Sun, gather supplies. Okay, that takes a port story. Go beach coming. Okay. This does not even mention a risk for my crew. Of course, beachcombing is interesting, is more interesting, technically, if I wasn't in dire need of food. Huh. Well, let's start a new episode properly by creating a new save file. Compile the port report first, I guess. I want to see what beachcombing can do for me. I'm pretty sure I've done it before. Driftwood? Oh, it's just this. So beachcombing is just a kind of a generic event that can happen on a variety of different places that have beaches, I guess. Driftwood, something glinting, and nasty glob of goo. It has to be this. Unprepossessing mass. Choice cuts. I mean, that's going to give me at least some food. Well, not directly, unfortunately. 1 terror would be kind of okay, I guess. But that's not very helpful. And now we can't do anything. Okay, never mind. So we absolutely had to have a port story. I mean, good thing we literally just got one on the short passage between Hideaway and here. In fact, did we not use one in Hideaway? Oh, also... Okay, never mind. I thought we had a port story pop up, and that was a sound notification, but that was actually just for discovering Cobb's Way Bay. There you go. Which apparently, because I hadn't actually officially put it on the map, despite having been literally on the same island, I had not been on the map before. Okay, anyway. Or had not been discovered before. Okay, anyway. For some reason I thought the resource gathering, food gathering thing was just a thing that you could always do, independent of your port story. Okay, yeah, because we have definitely seen this kill people before. And that's unusual without any kind of warning. Anyway, we even got 11 supplies out of it. So, potentially we could have gotten more, but that's obviously plenty. Breadfruit, sugarcane, coconut, soft-shelled crabs, and plump birds too stupid to know a hungry sailor from a tree. Estival is ripe with treasures unknown in the neath. Fill your hold. Right. Of course, some of those things are not going to keep very long, but we're just going to eat those first, no problem. Okay, awesome. That worked. I'll just save that again. Yes. Don't forget the port report for what it's worth. And I guess from here, we just move on to the Empire of Hands, finally. It's been quite a while since we last were there, and we should be able to do a couple of things. We have news for the... Oh, got a big crab. Oh god. Elder Angler Crab, 600 health. Yeah, no. It's fine. That's gonna cost us. Even if I can kind of cheese it by, or I guess you can call it cheese, or just being smart in combat, trying to stay behind the enemy and, you know, keep shooting them. Oh, God. Why would you attack me? No. No! Lost one crew. Oh. Screw you, dude. Why do you have to be such a pest? Anyway, what was I saying? Right, yeah, even if I could, even if it's possible to, you know, always stay out of the attack range of the crab while, you know, basically chasing it and shooting it from behind. As I have done a couple of times with some relatively tanky enemies, but that just takes a while, right? Because obviously we only have one weapon, so we have to wait for the cooldown, even if the enemy is always perfectly within our firing range and cone, which is not always guaranteed to be the case. You know, even shooting at the maximum or the minimum time between shots. You're still there. Okay. I guess we go dark and. Okay, he seems to be going that way. I think we can sneak between here. Looks like it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're safe now. Okay. Yeah, even if that could work, that would take a while, and yeah, I think fuel-wise we're just not cut out for that right now. So the thing is, I have actually killed a couple of those tankier enemies just while experimenting with the game, with even, you know, whether I'd be able to even run the game during the time where I was figuring out my PC problems. And, you know, a couple of times I was able to get into the game, and I was able to get into the game on my other computer with my other graphics card. So, yeah, I used those opportunities or times to just, you know, sail around aimlessly to see if it would crash or if any glitches would happen, and whenever I encountered anything, because, you know, obviously I was not planning on keeping any of that progress, I would just recklessly attack, and it turned out that you can be pretty reckless, or, I mean, you can be reckless, but if you play your cards right, you can actually defeat some pretty tanky enemies. It just, you know, it's just a matter of taking a while. Obviously, it would be a lot faster if we had, say, a torpedo gun or something, and we just especially, you know, specifically load up with torpedoes and, you know, go hunt down something big, for example. I've not been bothering with that at all because, I mean, we've been fine without combat, but obviously there are, I mean, we fought that one random Corsair and they turned out to be the pirate poet or whatever. Or am I dreaming that? No, that did happen, and, you know, that was a special encounter that we would not have had if I hadn't just randomly decided to attack an enemy that I would have normally avoided because of their hit point number. So, yeah, and I'm pretty sure just some of the larger wildlife is going to give me stuff like maybe hunting trophies. I think actually I killed one of those big eel-like or shark-like things. Yeah, no, not one of the sharks. I think, well, one of those longish fish creatures, and managed to kill it, although that one was a tough one and took a long time. And that one I think gave me a hunting trophy, or gave me a choice of different things, including going for a trophy. So, I mean, that's not a unique item, I suppose, but an otherwise rare one. Anyway, okay, we're here. There was another thing too. I'm bringing something... Oh yeah, a Crate of Souls, I think. Do we have a Crate of Souls in our hold? Am I correct about that? We have a live specimen. Or is it the honey? Did I bring the honey here? No, surely not. No, the Crate of Souls we delivered to the demoness. The deviless, demoness, whatever. I thought I was delivering something to the monkeys here, which they would give me one of the items for Principal's End, the Principle of Coral, in return. I guess we'll see. Did I not write that down? No, I probably didn't feel the need to, because I would obviously remember. Not accounting for any 2-week breaks in gameplay. Oh well. Port Stanton, Zailing. Well, let's save here first, I guess. We got here safely this time around. No reason not to do this. Let's travel to the Wild Wheel Court. That's where I was going to do the thing. Let's see if we can actually do the thing, or if I stupidly got rid of whatever it was. Because I really can't remember right now. Visitor in Court. The Silent Gallery. While the Emperor sleeps and feasts, the exquisite seneschal coordinates the Great Exodus. The Chandler of Souls. Not currently soulless, but I'm not planning to change that. Your rising status in court has inspired assorted parties to inquire about your willingness to meet. Yeah, no. Trade with the Wild Wheel Court. Trading? No, it's not trading. However, should you have gifts of a certain nature... Was it this one? I thought it was... I visited the court, which it does take a port story. Okay, hold on. Can we go back? Yes. Hearthsake Village. The cannibals always have a seat at their table. The lost treasure hunter has much to trade. And this is where the expedition, or the excavation, is taking place, I take it. Ancient tombs and buried treasure. Okay. Let's go here. A journey into temptation. The lost treasure hunter. No more than 0 ancient-ish treasure maps. Okay, explored Hearthsake Island. No more than 2 wounds. I still have 1. Okay. Ahoy! How goes your search? Find anything? It's a voice that so badly wants the answer to be no. Trade supplies for Foxfire candles. Oh, I could do that. Trade recent news for dynamite. We need that to advance in the temple excavation. That's why we were doing all this thing, holding on to our recent news during this very long journey. Trade a live specimen for a flare. A single live specimen for a single flare seems bad. 1 unit of supplies for how many candles? It does say candles, as in plural. Persuade him to give you his map. Oh, Searing Enigma. Yeah, okay. Obviously... Oh, wait. His map. Right, that's not what we're after. But I guess we would like to have that. Surprised in all my recent travels I did not come across a Searing Enigma. Could have sworn we did, but I guess maybe we found another rare-ish info item. Anyway, yeah, this is definitely a thing we wanted to do, so let's do it. You have a newspaper? At least I won't feel entirely lost when I finally get back home. The Lost Treasure Hunter scans the latest headlines. Latest, in heavy quotation marks. Fascinating, he mutters. And should be most absorbent, if needs must. Okay, sure, do with it whatever the heck you want. We got 3 sticks of dynamite. Okay, not just 1. Do I give this a try? I mean, I suppose if all else fails, we could always head back up to Asterville and get another free 10 supplies. Honestly, I might do that. Just because. Just because why not, right? Although we probably want to load up on fuel, so maybe not. Also, I mean, what do we need the candles for? Godfall. I mean, Godfall isn't that far away. I guess if I can actually get 5 candles here, That's definitely something to consider, just so we can finally do something at that place. It isn't that far away, is it? It's just a relatively short trip back over to the west. Of course, this could absolutely not be worth it. Let's do it. That's one! That's a candle. Okay, I guess you can do it multiple times. That's not worth it. Although, I mean, maybe monetarily it actually might be. I don't know what they cost. I don't think they're that cheap, honestly. Well, maybe it's not a complete ripoff, but yeah, the thing is we need 5, and I know that I want to trade 5 supplies, honestly. Well, in fact, I know I don't. Oh well, okay. That's fine. We do have Tales of Terror, but we don't have the wine. Okay, fair enough. Do we need a flare for the... Maybe we need a candle for the tomb exploration, actually. Maybe we even need a flare. If we do, I guess might consider... Oh man, this is... I mean, a live specimen is expensive, though. And a flare is not that expensive. That's definitely a bad trade-off. 1 supply for 1 candle might not be so bad. Unless you're starving. Okay, anyway, we got what we came for, at the very least. Not going to raid the Empire. Thank you very much. Lost 4 hunger. Oh. Okay. Fortunately, it's something that has never been a someone. Why do we even take the chance with those guys? But thanks, I guess. Can we... Oh, we cannot do any shopping here. Is that so? What about Port Stanton, actually? Shore leave. Yeah, no. The parasympathetic jungle holds many dangers. Step carefully. There is no authority beyond the fence. Help your navigator sell his soul. Wait, what? Oh. Wait a second. Oh, so we can... Oh, right. I completely forgot that that this is something I wanted to check out. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much expected whatever he would do here to be bad, right? It's just something he's desperate enough to consider. But I guess a life as an exile, as a mute, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I was gonna say hermit of some sort, but I guess it's not really a hermit if there's a whole colony of them living there. Hermits are typically kind of living by themselves. That's what makes them hermits. Anyway, yeah, living with the other exiles at whatever the place was called. Does it say here? No. That definitely seems better than just giving your soul to these mad monkeys. So yeah, compile a port report. Sure, I guess. Can we go to the Zeppelin yet? No more than 49. We have 40. Okay, so we're still gonna be rejected. Yeah. Wait, the guards allow you through. Never mind. You now have permission to visit and bring supplies. Oh yeah, they're planning this expedition. Man, it's been so long since I've been here. I forgot all about this. Contribute. Crates of human souls. For supplies, yeah. Okay. So they need all of this. They need 100 units of souls. Working with the adventurers will unlock an alternate way, okay. That's good to know, at least. 5 supplies. Apparently we've already made 1 unit of progress here. The exquisite seneschal may have a distasteful way of acquiring many of the supplies required for free. Let me guess, slaughtering the cannibal pirates? Perhaps, and turning them into meat? I don't know. Maybe it's not that distasteful, but then again, would I actually mind that much? Anyway, fuel, yeah, no. And why would I even do this? The Great Exodus. I mean, it seems interesting, but what do I get out of it? First of all, it costs me a whole lot. Anyway, shore leave. No, we want. Did we get the port report? Wait, I guess I must have collected that already. Shore leave. No. We're not gonna do this. Although, actually, we are, but not permanently. Manual save. Perhaps one of these apes will make better use of it. He carries his meager belongings in a bag over his shoulder. At least donate it to the Zeppelin, so we make progress there. No? Okay. Goodbye. There is no perceivable difference in him following the sale of his soul. Okay, so that just happened. The proceeds furnish him with a tiny anonymous shack and a modest store of gewgaws to sell to traders who call at the creaking jetty. He shakes your hand at his door. Thank you for your indulgence, my lady. You will find my equipment and charts in my cabin. I hope they lead you on happier journeys. He rubs at the sigil that now sprawls across the right side of his face, forgets what he was about to say, and goes inside. You do not see him again. Ever? 2 revelatory charts, okay. Yep. I mean, those are reasonably valuable, I think. Gained 2 mirrors permanently, but of course, he's gone now. So what were we promised? Were we promised more of a reward here? I want to say that we were promised more of a reward in one of the 2 places, but it would make sense to make this one more rewarding, but more evil, I guess. Although, I mean, I suppose he's not dead or anything, he's just living here now. He doesn't seem so unhappy, he doesn't seem like such a terrible fate at all, actually. Come to think of it. It's maybe not the most exciting existence. But at least there are gonna be people visiting here from time to time, and he's allowed to talk, which seems nice. Maybe this is not so bad after all. Well, now I'm not sure. I mean, I suppose if the other option seems absolutely awful when we get there, I can always decide to just keep him on board a little bit longer, and eventually we'll end up here again, right? So, okay, never mind. Maybe Empire of Hands is not such a terrible, universally terrible place under all circumstances, after all. Okay, perhaps not. Let's travel to the court, yes. A visitor in court. I'm pretty sure that's what we did. The Alchemy of Souls. Oh. Wait, never mind. This is just a thing that happened. So I think we wanted to trade, actually, specifically. But we should still be able to do that. The alchemist arranges a set of souls on a shelf. In fallen London, it is believed that Pentecost apes thirst for any. For the savage unsouled, that is true. Once uplifted, however, their attentions soon turn to finding the right souls, both individually and as a mix. There is no greater honor for an emperor than to be entombed with their souls unreclaimed. It is a declaration that none other could hope to do as much with them. Of course, what they see as uplifting could be simple copying, nothing more. To suggest that here, however, is considered highest heresy, for it implies the emperor fit to rule on merely his own merits, unthinkable. Okay, we get some fragments. Not a huge amount. Gained 5 Empire of Hands Wild Wheel status. Now 20. That's it. How valuable is that? And can we still do the thing I was gonna do? Unlocked with 15. So we had that unlocked. The keeping of... But now we have a bit more. Then we need the keeping of appearances. A small group of powder-faced apes in the red-trimmed robes of court mandarins invite you into a quiet cushioned room. Drinks and honey cakes are served and business carefully not discussed. After a while, however, the charade gives way to polite expectation. A gift of souls, a gift of wine, a gift of prisoner's honey. So that is what I... So I picked that up specifically for you? No. No, we brought red honey, of course. Yeah, that's why I didn't see it in the hole, because it's with the special items and I just overlooked it. Okay, yeah, of course. I knew it was something big. And we want the Violent ink. Of course, we would not just get that for regular honey, but I guess we just happened to have the honey. I think we just came across that completely randomly, like when looting something. But we can also use this at the mushroom place, which we might revisit. And we haven't really been doing anything there. Although I am curious, of course, what we could get for this. It doesn't tell me right here. But no, we definitely want to go ahead and do this. It is so hard to come by, muses the Mandarin, idly fondling a pot of rare violet ink. A pity. The exquisite seneschal is known to have uses for it. Well. Did you pick up the pot of violet ink instead of the honey you were showing to him? How clumsy. At least you have the perfect substance, should you feel the urge to write a polite apology note at some later date. Yeah, or give this to some sort of eldritch entity living in a cave. Okay. Standing keeps increasing, that's nice. Yeah, curious about this, but maybe not curious enough to... I mean, I suppose I could always save and just experiment. I can return. I'm gonna return all the way here where I can actually... well, I could have saved anywhere, but... I don't know. Where was it? In some sort of place. Oh, was it? I guess I experienced that first in Visage during the mask event, where the game would allow me to save anywhere in the sequence, but upon reloading, I would find myself back at the beginning of it all, but without being able to reattempt it or resume that sequence because I no longer had my pod story or whatever and I needed. I guess that wouldn't be the case here, so it probably wouldn't matter, but still. Anyway, manual save, yeah. So we definitely did come here to do this specifically. So that is getting saved. Poke around the shore. Oh, wait. Oh, nothing awaits me. Yeah. I wonder in hindsight if I should have done this instead, because apparently I do not actually need to visit the court at all. But... Visitor in court. Right. Can't do that right now. Chandler of Souls. No thank you. Trade. Continue. What do we get for this? Oh, 2 romantic literature. Well, well, well. How much do we need of that? It was 5, right? For her quest? I think we needed 5. Didn't write that down for some reason, but... Can we? No, we cannot interact with her at all right now. Yeah, so... That's interesting, though. If this is repeatable, we can absolutely get our hands on more honey. That is freely sold somewhere for sure. Probably at London, but, you know, almost certainly other places as well. Literature, the only other place that I'm aware that is being sold, or will be sold eventually, is the Khanate, where we will have to deliver a bunch of coffee first before we are even allowed to get a trade license or whatever. But if we could just deliver 2 more firkins of honey here, I'm tempted to go with this, actually. I mean, I don't know that I'm getting anything, that I'm going to get anything really good out of the honey. The thing is, okay, at the mushroom place, that is. That being said, 2 units of literature don't do anything for me. So, I could, no, I will reload and not use my honey here, but I know now that I can just pick up 3 units of honey at some point on the next opportunity and come back here and probably trade that for a total of 6 dirty books. Load game. Just one more thing. I'm gonna do the same thing one more time to see if you get a random kind of trade item or if it's always the same. We want to Zale. We want to travel to the court. We want to trade. Continue. Do the thing. Get romantic literature. I mean, that's proof enough for me. At least it seems like, if it's not guaranteed, it seems like a decent chance for that to happen. So, you know, worst case scenario, I just reload a bunch of times and get all the romantic literature I could ever want. The 5 that I need and 1 for my private enjoyment, I guess. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. In fact, I know it now, but future me is not going to know necessarily, so I'm going to take a note real quick. Okay. That is pretty verbose, but that better too verbose than too brief, I guess. And now we want to go sailing. We want to go to Fountainhead Island and see how far this dynamite gets us, I suppose. Visit the adventurers' camp. To the vault of the first emperor. Treasure hunt. Return to the boat. No. Well, let's visit her, I guess. The foliage is thick and unforgiving. Consult with the adventurers. The puzzle. Oh yeah, of course. The puzzle that would literally take, like, I don't know, tens of thousands of turns to solve. Or we could just blast our way past. I think that's the idea. I would say, darling, that if the monkeys are not going to play fair, then there is no reason we should do any different. She taps the table for a moment. It is, after all, not solving that little toy that matters, but getting through the door. Perhaps there is a simpler way. Indeed. So let's head over there. Into the vault. Yes. Yes. The puzzle sits smugly. Continue solving the puzzle? No, thank you. Blow the door open with dynamite. The much more reasonable solution. Boom. Bits of rubble and clockwork fly. The stonework trembles slightly as if about to collapse, but then settles with just the occasional plink-plink of metal and the tinkle of falling shards and gear of all sizes. I probably should have brought some wooden beams for support, but it's gonna be fine. Well, that is certainly one solution, declares the delightful adventuress, unplugging her ears. I think, though, darling, I shall be taking the rest of those. Cannot fault your thinking. But we would rather reach the center of this quaint little tomb without ourselves becoming buried in it, would we not? Still, splendid resourcefulness. Splendid. Top marks. Awesome. Glad you liked it. So why did we get 3 sticks of dynamite? Now, of course, part of me can't help but wonder if there is, like, some extremely obscure other use for these, for 1 or 2 of these. Because in almost all cases, you know, a player is going to trade their news for the dynamite and immediately head over here to use one of the sticks only for the 2 remaining ones to get taken away. But what if you do the trade first, you get the dynamite, then sail off somewhere else entirely, across the entire map, use the dynamite for something super secret, and then come back with 1 stick to use it? I don't know. That seems far-fetched, but not completely impossible. Definitely not likely enough for me to actually try, but I do wonder. Press on into the vault. What trials await through the technically a doorway over the melted cogs and fallen rubble? We'll see. A huge maze stretches out before you. The delightful adventuress produces a large ball of yarn. Oh yeah, that has proven to work in the past. With all due credit to Theseus, she says, nailing one end into the wall. I suspect, however, we shall not have to worry about a minotaur lurking in this particular maze. Well, I mean, hopefully not. We can't really fight without our ship. Come on, such things are hardly a problem for a woman of adventure. This will take but a jiffy. You mean 2 women of adventure. She leads the way with utter confidence, even when it becomes clear she has no idea where she's going. Even when it becomes painfully obvious to all that she is merely turning left at every intersection, confident that eventually this will lead to the exit. How else would you handle an unknown labyrinth? If she's doing that consistently, she's doing it exactly right. I mean, you could choose the right-hand method, but seriously, what kind of mad person does that? Well, I do sometimes. The string runs out long before the maze does. Yeah, that's a problem. Yet somehow this does not feel like an insurmountable problem for returning. Yeah, I mean, it really isn't, so long as you really do stick to the left-hand method. And, you know, if all else fails, if you do end up at a dead end somehow, you can just reverse your direction and follow the right-hand, or the right-hand wall. Anyway, we're fine. Onwards. This part of the temple looks distinctly more ancient and more carefully crafted by its architects. A sense of respect and history pervades. The Hall of Histories. A mosaic floor stands between you and the door. The delightful adventuress catches your arm before you can step onto it. Oh, sweetie, she sighs, pointing at the walls. Little holes run down both of them. Just large enough to see the ready crossbow bolts behind. Isn't this wonderful, she says. I've seen many, many tombs, and most just put something big and heavy in front of the door. Bless their hearts for putting all this effort into something nobody was ever supposed to see. Anyway, be a dear. I will be outside if you need me. Excuse me. She heads back to check on her camp. Okay. Attempt to read the inscriptions. High risk. Uh-oh. So, if I fail, this is gonna wound me. Fair enough. Unlocked with no more than 0 frozen drop of red honey. Is that what we're gonna get here, then? Seems like it. Examine the mosaic floor. Okay. This tribute to the Empire's first and greatest has been constructed over generations by monkeys working with stolen ideas of what an ancient tomb should be like. Yeah, well. Anyway, the language is unrecognizable. Is that a bit of a pictogram? Why is it by the cricket stumps? Cricket stumps? Excuse me? Oh boy. So... Why? I mean, I'm guessing that these probably are some sort of instructions, and that there is a way to solve this in a clever manner. Although, I mean, there wasn't for the previous puzzle, I guess. There, the solution was to just not play the game, not play along. Anyway, examine the mosaic floor. 9 colored tiles stretch across this corridor. 9? Only 3 by 3? Can you not just jump that? Be careful, choosing wrong may lead to a wound. 3 wounds can mean death. If you don't know the correct order, you may be able to find a safer way past. Yes, thanks. Examine. That should be... yeah, too far to jump. Okay, thanks for clearing that up at least. They thought of that. Blast. The monkeys thought of that at least. And it would be difficult to get a ladder down here. I mean, difficult but not impossible, right? It would be very risky to simply guess, but a solution must be around here somewhere, or an alternative. I mean, the only option other than to just try random tiles, which is clearly, strongly advised against, is to attempt to read the inscriptions, which apparently is also dangerous? I'm not really sure how, but... Wait. Oh. It's no use, it's gibberish. Maybe one of the monkeys can help, but it seems unlikely. There's not much writing in the Empire of Hands, and most of it simply borrows from fallen London or the Khanate. Anyone capable of reading this is likely long dead. I mean, if I can just keep trying, and eventually it's gonna succeed, and failure doesn't cost me anything, why would I not just keep doing this? I succeeded. Your skills still fail me. Okay, fair enough, I guess. The monkey tongue follows no apparent rules, being a creole of many and diluted with each new scribe. It would take someone capable of writing it to even stand a chance of decrypting it. But the age of the inscriptions and lack of anything similar elsewhere in the Empire of Hands suggests it is a long-lost art. Perhaps the exquisite seneschal can help. Thanks for that hint, at least. Okay. Well, fair enough. I guess it doesn't really cost me anything to come back here, even though it sounded like a bit of a long trip from the description, but... Anyway, you leave the vault. The monkeys are already poking and prodding at the completed rooms, crowbarring gems and valuable stonework out for both sale and hoarding. Why didn't we do any of that? Isn't that what you normally do upon exploring an ancient, or at least faux ancient tomb for the first time? Collect all the valuables you can carry before anyone else does? Oh well. To the vault, no. Return to boat. Continue. Sailing. Court. Continue. So we want to visit the Seneschal. Silent Gallery. You're granted permission to enter. The silence is a pleasant slap to the face, sweetly scented with incense. Inside, the exquisite Seneschal moves between clusters of mandarins in their yellow and red robes, using her experience to not so much give orders as offer advice on what the Emperor would wish. Hello. Ask for help translating the vault inscriptions. We need that. Wait, no, we can't have that. We need status 30. Okay. I see. So I guess it was a good thing that we used our port story to just get 5 more. In fact, if we could just go for a little roundabout trip somewhere, possibly actually heading over to whatchamacallit, the Drowny place, to do some shopping. And by the time we come back, we should be able to do another thing here and hopefully get another 5 standing and then or status, which would allow us to progress here. A plan, supplies for the Zeppelin. Okay, there we need 35. Oh, and this is... I see, this is what would give us... maybe an unpalatable way of gathering supplies, but only for a trusted friend. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not sure about that one. A plan, fuel for the Zeppelin. Looks for a trusted agent to establish a relationship with the Iron Republic. Infernal trade agreement. We can do this now because we have the standing necessary. I mean, a relationship? Helping them establish a relationship with the Iron Republic doesn't seem inherently evil, at least. We could do that. I'm planning to return there eventually. So I guess we could do that? Sure, why not? A deal with the devils. The exquisite seneschal provides you with a signed contract in a language it is unlikely any human can read. If you take it to the Iron Republic, they will provide you with hydrogen. It will take several trips to fully supply the Zeppelin, but there will be no charge. I mean, no one is forcing me to actually do that, but at least now we have the option. Return to the court. Right. So it seems like all we need is more status with them. I still have my honey, right? I think so. Okay, leave for now. Continue. Actually, take a look. Yes, we still have the honey. Gonna hold on to that. Okay. Right, so maybe... I'm gonna end the episode here, I think. Yeah, I don't want it to get too long. Also, this is gonna get uploaded a little bit late because, you know, recording this at the last second, basically. That's another reason to not go terribly over time, but, you know, it's gonna be late anyway. Guess it doesn't... A few more minutes wouldn't matter, but this is a decent enough point to stop because we're done with everything we can do here for the time being. But I'm going to give this idea a try that I had earlier, and in between episodes I will head over to whatever the place was called, do some shopping, basically, yeah, fill up my hold completely with fuel, which is still not that much, but, you know, it's going to be better than what we have right now, and hopefully by the time we return we have another port story ready. We can do something more at the court, perhaps. Hopefully the next event is also going to give us 5 more standing, and maybe then we'll be able to make more progress at the temple. That would be awesome, without having to go on another, you know, journey around the entire Undersea. For the time being, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.